What's going on, you guys? We are back with another true or false segment in the NFL, very similar to what we did the first time just a couple of weeks ago. We're going to go over some of the big names that are being featured in some of the headlines in the NFL offseason at this point. But the first one that we're going to go over is Davante Adams with the Green Bay Packers. Davante Adams is looking at a situation where he does want to possibly re-sign with the Packers. However, the Packers are facing a significant amount of cap issues this offseason, and it could be a tricky situation for the Packers to be able to re-sign Adams going into next year. Kevin, true or false to you? Do you think that Davante Adams resigns with the Packers this offseason?
I'm going with false, and here's why. Obviously, there's a whole lot of stipulation with Aaron Rodgers and him being a part of the team. Davante has said publicly that he would like to play with Aaron Rodgers, and we know with Green Bay being a good amount over the cap for what's coming next year is probably going to put them in a tight situation on whether or not they have to make a decision on who they have to sign or which they can sign. Rumors were surfacing yesterday that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are trying to negotiate somewhat of a short-term deal, whether that's a year or 2 years, which then puts a strain on what's going to happen with Davante Adams. Are they going to put off his decision or his extension into next season with that just giving him a franchise tag, or are they going to sign him long term and tag Aaron Rodgers? But Aaron Rodgers does not want to be tagged because he wants upwards of over $40 million per year. But at the same time, there are rumors that Davante Adams wants almost 30 million a year. So I would probably say that this is going to be false. They have too many constraints, and I think that this ends up being that both of them don't end up on the roster next year.
Kevin, I'm with you 100%. I also think it's false as well. When I look at the cap situation with the Packers this offseason, it's not a good one. So going into next season, the base salary cap for all NFL teams is set at $208 million across the board. When you look at the Packers cap spending right now, their total amount is damn near $235 million. They're like $31 million against the cap at this current moment in time. So they're definitely going to have to free up a lot of space to be able to make up that sort of ground. And when you look at what Davante Adams is asking for a contract extension as far as the number figures go, I just don't think it's going to be within Green Bay's realm of possibility of being able to match that. Now, I think if Davante had lowered his asking price to somewhere around like maybe 20 million a year, maybe that's something that the Packers can work with. I mean, the only way that I see the Packers trying to get Davante Adams back into the fold for the price tag that he's asking for, they're going to have to really cut some top end guys, like the guys that you mentioned just a second ago. But I don't think that Green Bay is going to sacrifice so many decent players on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball to be able to bring Davante back into the fold. This is a very tricky situation for the Packers overall. You know, the Aaron Rodgers one is a big one just by itself. Now you have the Davante Adams situation on top of it. The Packers are in a very dicey situation this offseason. When I look at the overall totality of this situation, I just don't see Davante coming back.